Earlier this year, a nurse in Salt Lake City, Utah was wrongfully arrested for refusing to draw blood from an unconscious individual who had just been in a car accident. A police officer or detective by the name of Jeff Payne showed up with this patient and demanded that the nurse draw his blood. Well, protocol indicated, and by the way, the law indicated that they were unable to do that because the cop did not have a warrant, the man was not arrested, and since he was unconscious, he could not consent to having his blood drawn. So as a result, nurse Alex Wubbels was arrested and had to fight to get body cam footage to prove that that wrongful arrest occurred. I believe we have the video showing that wrongful arrest. Let's take a look at it now.
I have this, it says obtaining blood samples for police enforcement from patients suspected to be under the influence. Okay? This was something that you guys agreed to with this hospital. The three things that allow us to do that are if you have an electronic warrant, patient consent, or patient under arrest. And neither of those things, the patient can't consent. He told me repeatedly that he doesn't have a warrant and the patient is not under arrest. So I'm just trying to do what I'm supposed to do, that's all.
So she had her supervisor on speakerphone to prove that she wasn't trying to be difficult. She wasn't just trying to avoid complying with the officer. She was just following the rules. And then following that, he very forcefully arrested her even though she did nothing wrong. Now, the update to this story is that the Utah nurse, Wubbels, has settled the case for $500,000. However, not all of that money will go to her. The settlement covers all possible defendants in a lawsuit, including individual police officers, university police, and hospital security guards. The payout will be divided among the city and the University of Utah. By the way, just to show you what an incredible person Nurse Wubbels is, she says that she plans to use part of the money to fund legal help for others trying to get similar body camera video. And she will also donate money to an effort to prevent harassment and abuse toward nurses. So she's amazing and a very strong individual who is fighting for something that's incredibly important.
Yeah, no, I love what she did in giving that part of the settlement for others that could benefit from the body camera video and actually get justice. And I love that we're also beginning to draw a line finally. I mean, this whole idea that cops are right no matter what is preposterous. Nobody's always right no matter what. What kind of an insane thing is that to think? And so, and it's not just a matter of a few bad apples. It's that we've unfortunately given too much power to police in this country by never holding them accountable. So in this case, they were held accountable, and that's a great thing, and I hope it's on the road to recovery so that we can have a better justice system.
Well, not only were they held accountable, I mean, it's incredibly rare to see body camera footage that proves that there's either excessive force or a wrongful action taken by a cop. And then all of a sudden there is like a consequence or a punishment following that video, right? Walter Scott is an example of that, an individual who's literally running away from a cop and he gets shot in the back. He was not an imminent threat, but it didn't matter. The body cam footage didn't change the situation for his family at all. In this case though, the detective did get fired, which by the way, he's appealing. And the lieutenant who demanded or directed him to force the nurse to draw the blood was demoted and is now a regular police officer. He is also appealing that decision. I mean, the amount of entitlement that these individuals have is incredible to me.
Yeah, so great to see justice here. I wish there was justice in the Walter Scott case as well. By the way, the cop in that case also planted evidence on tape. We saw it, but he got away with it anyway, because apparently shooting an unarmed black man in the back and then planting evidence is not that big a deal. It would be great if we could actually get justice for all Americans. If you like this video, you'll love the whole TYT network. Check it out at tytnetwork.com/join.